Did I do the thing? I'm Kate Leibrand. I'm an artist in Philadelphia. I grew up in South Jersey in Delran with a very tight-knit family. My mom is a quilter and painter, and my dad is a guitar player and loves to illustrate. I've always been surrounded by art. I went to undergrad for art education, and that's when I actually started working with fiber art specifically. I want people to stop when they see my art. I want my art to act as a resting place, have a moment of pause and reflection. My parents have pictures of me in front of an easel wearing like a little smock, and I used to call it a weasel. The first piece of work that I made in this like bigger fabric art was in grad school at Moore, and I wanted to make something that was totally different. I wanted to make an experience of you walking into a space and feeling comfort. So I chose the color palette of pinks and reds, so you were just completely surrounded by it. I would say the most adversity I've faced is from the fine arts community itself, working with something that's more craft and something that's more in your face pretty, and they kept asking me why pink. As a female artist and maker, a challenge for me is mostly mental, proving to myself that I'm good enough and I need to believe that my work is just as important. My main vision for what my art is ever changing. I'm really focused on looking at different growths, micro versus macro. So when you look at one of my pieces, they're usually very large scale, and you're drawn into it, and once you get closer, you have the micro, which is the little things that are hidden within the pieces. My creative process for starting a new piece, I'm really into mythology, and using like a sprinkle of something like that to influence the work is really helpful. I come up with a color palette that I want to use, and then I take like many yards of fabric. I cut it down into a specific size piece. I love Philadelphia, and it is known for its tough working artists who tell it like it is and will give you feedback whether you want to hear it or not. The toughness of the city and the work ethic of the city has definitely influenced the way that I work and the way that I continue applying to things, and just this restless, never say no kind of attitude. Some perspective I think I bring to my art is I have been looking at a lot of imagery that is within the body, but it's kind of dawning on me now that it's somewhat self-reflectionary, and I am looking at a lot of how I feel about my own body and putting that into a sculptural form. My advice for the younger generation is don't get discouraged. It's incredibly easy to get discouraged in most art fields. So if that is your main interest, then stick to it, and you kind of have to have a little bit of a thick skin, but it's worth it.